Hi, is that Tristan? How are you doing?
Hi, how are you?
Very well, thank you. And thank you very much for accepting to do an interview with us here on Sound Fusion Radio. Wonderful to be talking to you. So who are we talking to? Who have we got there?
Well, I'm Evelyn. I'm the singer.
Hi.
And I'm the keyboard player of the band.
Wonderful. That's great. So whereabouts are you in the world? Where are you at the moment?
Well, at the moment we're in the north of Holland, so the lowlands.
Do you mind if I start firing a few questions at you?
No, don't fire away.
Wonderful. Well, tell us all about Tristan. Tell us all about it, and how it first came about, and so on. We'd love to hear that.
All about Tristan. Well, that's a really big question. Well, I started with the band roughly a year ago. That's really, in a really short time, we made this album, actually. The guys have been working on this idea for a long time, and they were looking for a singer.
Yeah.
And by really nice coincidence, Koen and I had a gig together, and that's how it all started.
Wonderful. That's great. That's really good to know. So when you sort of first met, then you said it was by quite a nice coincidence. Can you tell us about that?
Well, I got asked to sing on a jazz session, and well, actually, I don't consider myself a jazz singer.
Right.
So normally, I would say no to something like that.
Yeah.
That day, the guy that I was working with for a long time doing duo stuff, he suddenly quit all of a sudden while we almost had a CD ready and everything was ready to be launched, and then he quit. So I was upset. But at the same time, I believe when something happens like that and something new comes along, that means something. So I said yes to the jazz session, and it was really good because then Koen and I played together.
That's lovely, Evelyn. That's wonderful. Thank you very much for sharing that. This one, I guess you might want to answer individually, because it's more about where it kind of began for you personally with music. How did you first get into music? If I shoot that at Evelyn first, and then maybe Koen could answer afterwards.
Oh, ladies first, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, yeah, it's a gentlemanly way, apparently.
Poor man, oh God. Well, for me, music, I think you could say that for almost everyone in the band. I think music is something that comes from your soul. So I can't remember a time that I was not singing. I was always singing since I was small. And, well, in my family, there's a lot of love for music. So
yeah.
An older brother, he was always playing El Giro and stuff like that. So I got a lot of influence, good music, since I was small. Yeah, so I was always singing. I always wanted to be either a singer or an actress. And it's turned more to the singing side now.
Wonderful. That's lovely to hear. And Koen, and yourself, what was it with you? What started you?
Well, I started at the age of 6 or 7 with my grandfather, who was a piano player himself as well.
Wonderful.
So he taught me till I was 12, and of course, then you get in your different kind of period in your life.
yeah.
Like, grandfather doesn't play the music you want. So I got more into pop music and jazz, and after that, I went to the conservatory, and that's where I studied.
Wonderful.
And still playing, of course, with all kind of artists here in Holland and outside.
That's wonderful to hear. So, who, I guess again, this might be an individual thing. Who were your musical idols? Who did you sort of want to be like when you sort of first started out? I mean, I know a band grows its own identity, but usually that's based on a few kind of big sort of influences from younger years. Perhaps you could let us know a little bit about that.
Yeah. You mean like in the band?
Yeah. Who were your favourite bands? Yeah.
Yeah, because that's really various, because everybody comes from a totally different, or totally different, that's not totally true, but we come from different ways of playing music.
Yes, yeah.
So I'm also into jazz, but also fusion. But I also like Richard T, with all his playing. But I also listen to the Beatles, or I listen to, whatever music was good. So we have a lot of influences from jazz, from fusion, from Al Jarreau to Incognito, or Alan Halsford, or Jan Akkerman, or
Wonderful.
Well, to me, as a singer, I really liked Anita Baker when I was about 17, so that influenced me a lot.
Yeah.
I love Al Jarreau, but yeah, now it's been for a long time. It's been Liz Wright, because I really love what she does.
Yes.
It varies a lot.
That's wonderful. I mean, there's a big variance, as you say, of influences there, and you know that makes the whole thing very sort of organic and self-growing, and that's lovely.
And we like the live vibe of our music. You know, we play a lot of live in the studio. We first, set things mostly with the three of us, and then
that's drum, piano, bass.
Yeah. That's most of the time. That's and we start playing it live. So everybody brings a song, and then it starts to grow on you. And then Evelyn works on it, and then the percussion player works on it, and the guitarist. And,
wonderful.
So it gets really an organic sound.
It's not all cut up in pieces. You try to play it in one go, or you try to get the real vibe of the live playing.
Yeah, like one take. Most of the time we try to fix one take.
It sounds absolutely great, and from the tracks that we've played of yours in our breakfast show rotation, I mean, loving what you do. You have a great sound. I mean, absolutely love it. It's fantastic, And I was going to ask, because you were talking about playing live. Can you remember your first live gig in the format that you are now? Can you remember where that was and what that was?
Oh, with Tristan, you mean?
Yeah. With Tristan was like a year ago, I guess. February in 2013, I guess.
Yes, yeah. So can you remember your first one?
There was a tryout for Evelyn.
Yeah.
Because, we met in January, and she was in. But, you need to try a couple of gigs to see how it...
Yeah, to see if it really works, you know. Yeah, and it did.
Well, that's perfect. That's just what you need, isn't it? Oh, wonderful.
The first gig, to me, it was really clear. It was like, okay, this works, and we had fun, and they're nice guys, and
She's also one of the guys, so that's good.
Yeah, one of the guys.
But still a lady.
Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Be a lady, but it gets harder and harder.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's really good. And just to check, it's just the two of you there today. I haven't missed somebody out today, have I?
No.
That's good. As long as I haven't not asked somebody something, then that's good. So that's wonderful. That's really good. So what are you working on now? What's your latest sort of project? What are you sort of focusing on as Tristan right now?
Well, as Tristan, we're coming to London in a couple of weeks.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
With not all of us, because it's. We only do a couple of interviews, and we do some radio for Jazz FM, and we do it in store.
Yes.
So, and we're trying to talk to a lot of people, and try to set up more to come over and to play.
And we're going to release a single, huh?
Oh yeah, we're going to release a single on 7-inch vinyl as well.
Wonderful. So you're actually going to produce it on vinyl. That's brilliant. Yeah. Oh wow. That's good.
So focus is on your country right now, so that's really good.
Yeah, that's great. Well, we're still equipped in our studios for vinyl. A lot of radio stations aren't anymore, but we can still play vinyl, CDs, MP3s, you name it. We can play it in our studios. So we're very happy when people.
Yeah, we have it all, so you can get it either a physical CD or anything.
That's absolutely great, wonderful. So what's the name of the new single? What's the latest one?
Well, the single on 7-inch vinyl will be the studio the version of the video clips we have online.
Yes.
They are also on the LP, but now we have a special edition for with a mix of the studio version of the studio live version of Moontune and of Keep On.
Well,
so it's the B side. B side is Keep On. A side is Moontune.
Yeah, we played Moon Tune the day before yesterday, the live version on the breakfast show. Fantastic. I've also played the non-live because we've got both of those.
Yeah.
The live version's very dynamic. It's very real. It kind of made me want to dance, to be honest.
Yeah. That's also because then you're all in the studio together. It was really fun. You know, we did 3 songs in one day, which actually is quite a lot. You know,
that is a lot. Yeah.
Big group, but you could just sense the energy and everybody's focused, and it was really nice. Really nice experience.
Yeah.
There's a lot of energy in that particular song, Moon Tune. I love it. It's it's just, it works so well. And when I first sort of listened to it before we actually put it out, I always listen to what's in the rotation. And I put it on, and I sort of double took on it, because sometimes you listen to a tune and you think okay, and you put it in and you know that it's good, but that one just jumped right out and bit me. It's wonderful.
We bit you? Oh
yeah. Once things get my feet moving, that's it. I can't stop. I love to dance, and that's a kind of dancey, sort of really lovely, fusiony, funky feel to it. It's,
yeah.
It's absolutely brilliant. So what do you attribute your funky sound to? I mean, is there a sort of special sort of recipe you have for that, or is that just how you are? I mean, tell me more.
Special recipe. Well, of course, you have the rhythm section. That is a very special recipe, I think, for the.
Yeah, for sure.
They groove like this. So yeah.
And they've been playing together for 10 years now, I guess.
Yeah, doing the fusion as well. Yeah.
So,
and you can really hear that. Of course, they have a special sound, the two of them. So
they're very solid. They are very solid, and you need that in this kind of music, because it's quite complicated to play. I mean, I used to play funk myself. I'm a bass guitarist of many years back. I haven't played for years, but you need to be together to play that kind of music, and that's there for sure.
Yeah. So they've been playing together for a long time and doing fusion, even harder stuff than they're doing with Tristan. And we have a good percussion player who blends in with it. So that's they're pretty tight together. And of course, Sebastian, he's got a really pushy way of playing that gives it a lot of energy.
Yeah, that does come across. The energy's definitely there. That's without doubt. So, I mean, is Tristan a recent name for the band? I mean, you say the guys have been playing together for 10 years. Is Tristan the recent name, or did Tristan exist before its current format?
Yeah. The name was there before I was with the band. So, at some point, they had a gig with another singer they were trying out.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't really work out, but they needed a name. So the drummer's son is called Tristan.
Ah.
They were like, okay, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Let's call it Tristan. So
it always happens like that, I guess.
It does.
You need a name for a concert or a gig or whatever, and then we didn't have we don't have a name yet, so let's come up with something, and then you're stuck to it.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I think it's quite a good name.
Yeah.
It is. It's quite unique, and I was actually going to ask you how the name came about. That was my next question, so you've answered that for me as well, which is brilliant. So fantastic. That's really good. So after you visit to the UK, have you got anything else lined up in the year? More single releases or an EP or something like that, or touring, or what are you up to?
Yeah, there will be some. We still at this moment are also promoting the CD in Holland. That's what's going on as well. So we have some radio promotion, and we have some gigs coming up in Holland in May and in June.
Wonderful.
There's a guy making a remix.
There are going to be
really
a couple
nice
of
DJ,
we have a couple of remixes coming up. In one more in the smooth jazz direction, I guess. And the other one is really more in the kind of housey atmosphere.
Wonderful. You couldn't shoot those over to us, because we'd love to get behind both of those. We have specialist jazz programs. We also have specialist house programs.
Okay, yeah.
So
as soon as they're in, we'll send some over to so you can listen to them.
That'd be wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Of
do.
course, we hope to come to the UK for gigs, but we hope to make that happen sometime soon.
Yeah, we will talk to some people as well while we're in London at the end of this month.
That's a great thing to do, and if you are gigging here in the UK, give us a shout. In fact, even let us know where you're playing in the Netherlands as well, because that's not that far away, and certainly airlines like EasyJet make it quite sort of cheap and cost effective to come across to there. And your rail system's brilliant. I've used your rail system extensively, and it's fantastic there in Holland. So your trains are actually on time, which is great.
You can always check out for the gigs on our website. That's tristanmusic.eu. So you can always look at the agenda or get the newsletter, if you want to keep up to date with what's going on.
Wonderful. So it's www.tristanmusic.eu, just for the listeners. That's wonderful. Then they can go there and they can hook up to your newsletter from the website, can they?
Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant. Okay. And what about Facebook and Twitter? Do you use those?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, the world does.
Yeah.
Loads. That's a really good way to keep in touch with, either with fans or with DJs or people that want to help you with stuff or write blogs or... Yeah, we're on Facebook, Band Tristan.
Wonderful. That's great.
Twitter name is Tristan Music, I think.
I guess so.
Yeah, it's really hard because Tristan is a very common name, of course.
Yeah, true. That's brilliant. No, that's really good. So, and where's the best place for people to pick up your music if they want a copy of your album or whatever? What's the best place for them to go to for that?
We have a lot of ways because it's digital, like on iTunes or Amazon.
Yes.
They are physical on vinyl and on CD as well. You can pick them up in London already at a Soul Brother record store.
I know Soul Brother, yep.
So that's where they are available, and through more shops, I guess, and through the website as well.
Yeah, our website or Amazon or iTunes or CD Baby. You can find us on a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Wonderful. Sounds like you're just about everywhere. That's ideal. You need to be nowadays for, because different people shopping different places, and even though it's all on the internet, people seem to have their favourites. I don't know why, but they do.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Some people just like the convenience of iTunes, don't they? Because it just all happens for them, which is kind of convenient, I guess. So,
Yeah.
That's.
But also with a vinyl, you get also so you have the analog version of the vinyl.
Yes.
And then you have also there is a card inside with a code for the digital version. So you have you can have it on your iPod, but you can have also it old school LP.
Wonderful. That's absolutely brilliant. I'm loving the fact that people are sort of coming back to vinyl. A lot of bands are issuing on vinyl again, and that's really good. That's lovely.
Yeah, I think people want to go back to really enjoying music and making a thing of it. Putting on the record and
it was
like it slowing down a bit.
Yeah.
No, it's really nice with a band like yourselves when you get the physical media and there are some pictures and a little bit of a bio and some information about the band. I mean, when you buy an MP3 you get nothing. You just get a file and that's it. It's not very interesting, but when you actually get something to hold and it says something about the band and says a little bit about the members and so on, that's lovely. That's what it's all about, isn't it?
I really know if I really like an artist, I always want to have either the CD or the vinyl because, the physical thing is much nicer to really have it,
Agreed. Absolutely agreed. So I'm just going to invite you really to talk a little bit more about Tristan and yourselves and music, things that you haven't said yet that you might want to tell the listeners. Just fire away. I'm more, we want to know everything there is to know about you.
Oh my God. Let's think something specific. This is, the good thing with the band is that most of us write. So we're all involved in the process of writing songs.
Wonderful.
So it's not just one person or writing everything or two persons, but actually at least the four of us write a lot. So that's the drummer, the bass player, the piano player, and I.
Wonderful.
But also, let's say the new guys on the band are also planning to start writing stuff. So that's really really what I love about the band, because then you get a lot of different sounds and influences, and if you're stuck with lyrics, you can send it to someone else, and we work together. So that's really nice.
That's really great, and it means that your music probably varies a lot more. Some when you have one or two writers in a band, it can always sort of lean to one way or be one kind of style. So yeah, that would really work. So how many members are you totally? I mean, you've got yourselves and one other in the sort of main part of the band, but you have how many are you altogether?
6. We're 6 people.
Wow.
Like the basic of the band is really like guitar, percussion, drums, bass, keyboards, and vocals.
And of course, we have 2 backing vocals that we really love to bring along. Yes. And also the horn players, of course. But, if you start out, it's a bit expensive to bring out the whole band all the time. So.
Agreed. Yeah, it is. Well, when there's 6 of you.
Yeah, sometimes it's really small venues, so then you don't fit in.
Yeah.
That's the other problem. Yeah, stages tend not to house 6 or 8 people very easily with their instruments as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and 6 is already, we have percussion and you have a keyboard, so it's already pretty full.
Pretty close. We're pretty close together.
Yeah. Well, that sound. I think you'd fit on the stage at the Jazz Cafe London. I think you'd fit on there quite nicely, actually. So how'd you fancy that one as a venue?
It's a long stage it's kind of wide.
That's
so
right.
It should fit there. That's true.
That's right.
Tell them.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I didn't. That we fit.
Yeah. Sorry, I did speak over you a little bit there, Evelyn. I didn't mean to do that, but the trouble with Skype is it cancels out what you're saying when I speak. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't quite catch what you said just now.
No, I said tell them about us. Tell them that we fit on their stage.
I think you'd fit lovely on the stage at the Jazz Cafe, and I think I'd really like to come and watch you there, actually. I think that would be ideal. So we'll see what I can say, but I love that venue. I've seen so many wonderful artists there, and
it's a great venue. It's really nice to play there. Great audience, so that works out fine.
You played there with Jan Akkerman, I guess.
Yeah.
Or not? Koen plays with Jan Akkerman.
Ah, right.
Played there. Yeah.
Fantastic.
So already.
Well, there you go. Well, you're more in with them than I am. Then that's good. Fantastic.
But spread the word about us, because we love what we do, and the CD is just out now in Holland, and so we're really working really hard to spread the word. So just tell everybody to listen to us, and I hope that way we'll spread the word and we'll come over and do gigs.
Well, that's wonderful. I mean, we will be featuring you for the whole week. If there's anything else you'd like to tell us, then please feel free to do so. But I'm conscious I've used up half an hour of your time already, and it's just shot by. It's been lovely, really.
No, I don't know what,
I think we've said, almost said it all.
Well, that's lovely. And don't leave it forever before we speak again. Let's talk again. If you've got a sort of a major release coming up and you would like us to get behind it, then give us a shout, and we can chat about that specifically, and perhaps do a feature on it.
When the comes in or the remix is coming, then
we'll be in touch.
We'll be in touch again.
Fantastic. It's been absolutely lovely speaking to you guys. Really enjoyed hearing. Yeah, absolutely great. Really enjoyed hearing what you've been up to and what you're doing, and keep at it. Love the music. Fantastic.
Thanks.
Thank you. Bye bye.
You take care. Have a lovely day. Thanks now.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.